very smart haircut. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, I'm not sure I like it more than the afro kind of thing. That was a bit fun. I thought it fit my character, but yeah. So before we get into the hands, I'll just remind you how to send in a hand if you want to. So we'll go into history, find a hand from a recent tournament. And if you want to send this, the account is Hello LBO. You click up here, export, send to member, type in username Hello LBO, and with a comment like, "Hi Leon, here is a hand. What should I have done on the hand?" And then you could send it. And if you do that, I can look at the hands at the start of next week. So go ahead if you want to do that. And now, without further ado, let's get right into the 3-day-long tournament. Now, you'd think that I was better at finding this, but it's always hard to find. It's a Super Sunday. 3-day-long tournament. Here we go. Tony says, sadly, in a whole week, you've not encountered a hand worthy of my attention. I mean, it's interesting, right? Because you feel like quite often that there's not much you can do differently on hands. But when we have a look at these hands here, there are so many interesting points on so many of them. So I get that you're like, oh, there's none that are worthy. But there are interesting points on almost every hand a bridge played, right? If you just have a specific question about one small thing, go ahead and ask that, Anyway, here we have partners 2 hearts opening, and we have 16 points and a singleton ace of hearts. This is, again, a very interesting decision right on board 1. What do we bid? Tony likes 2 no trumps. Pauline also likes 2 no trumps. Now, for those of you who may not know, seems like these people do, 2 no trumps here is showing at least an invitational hand and is inquiring more about partner's hand. You can have a different agreement with partner as to how you play it. However, it's always going to be at least invitational and a forcing bid, asking for more. Some people play you show singletons there. Some people play that you show how good your suit is and how strong your hand is. To me, that's the one I recommend to most people. Some people play that you show features. I think that's what the robots play. Andrew is justifiably worried about entries to North. Yeah, so before we decide whether we would like to have an invitational hand, let's think about what type of hands partner could have, which is usually pretty doable when partners are preempt. Let's give them solid hearts, say King, Queen, Jack to 6 hearts, and not much else. That's it's a good heart suit, which is what we're going to need on this hand, but it's a minimum points. Now, if we have that, we're not going to be able to make 3 no trumps. No way. We have no entry. So we'd be looking at 4 hearts. And for 4 hearts, we'd get 6 heart tricks, a diamond, let's say a club, be optimistic. 6 hearts, a diamond, a club is 8. We're still going to struggle to find 2 more tricks, right? Another way you could look at it, say partner has 2 spades, 2 diamonds, and 3 clubs. We're going to lose 2 clubs and 2 spades at least. Maybe 3 clubs, 2 spades, and a diamond. And that's with partner having the 6 count with those working hearts. Now, if partner has King, Queen, Jack of hearts, and another entry outside, like the King of diamonds, we're probably going to make 3 no trumps. We'll have 9 tricks there, no problem. But even if partner's just got king, queen, sixth, which they don't have to have, by the way, they might not be led by the king, then we're not going to set up the heart suit most of the time. We're going to need a 3-3 break. So even if they've got king, queen, sixth, and an outside entry with the king of diamonds, it's still not certain. So even though it might look weird to pass with 16 points, I think this is a clear pass. Now, because everyone wanted to do 2 no trumps, we're going to do 2 no trumps and see what happens. So partner bid 3 hearts, showing a minimum. I presume everyone here, when partner shows a minimum, we just pass this, not wanting to bid anymore. All right, losers. We have 2 diamond losers, 2 spade losers, and 2 heart losers. Right? That's 6. And we want to mitigate them. Not much we can do in the club suit. We do know clubs are 4-3 because the 2 clubs lead. Now that could be 4th from a 4-card suit, or that could be 3rd from a 3-card suit. The robots lead 3rd from 3 and 4th from 4. So we're not sure about that, but we know that the clubs are breaking well. Could be good to know. What do we want to do on this hand? Do we want to draw trumps first? Do we want to take a diamond finesse first? Do we want to set up some spades first? What do we want to do about our losers? Take the clubs and rough for entries. Okay, that I'll just quickly address that, because we don't actually need to rough clubs for entries. If we wanted to draw trumps immediately, we could play king of clubs, cash the ace of hearts, play a club to the ace, and then queen of hearts. We don't need to rough any clubs just yet for an entry. We could rough a club for a re-entry later, but that's not immediately necessary. If we do try and rough a club for an entry to play trumps, then if we lose a trump, they may be able to get a trump promotion in clubs, because one of them will be out at that point. So if we're drawing trumps first, we should play king of clubs, ace of hearts, club to the ace, and queen of hearts. No other ideas? No one's voting on what to do after the 2 no trumps, where I was like, actually, even though 2 no trumps looks normal, it's wrong. No one's excited. So Karen likes taking a diamond finesse. That's another option. Since there isn't really a consensus here, I'll add my own analysis. So we would really like to discard our 2 diamond losers on 2 spades, right? We've got 4 spades in the south hand. After losing to the ace king, then those will be good and we can set up the diamonds. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to lose the spades reasonably early, because the entries to the south hand actually aren't unlimited, right? So you may say, aren't we wanting to draw trumps? Are we worried? What are we worried about them roughing, right? I'm not sure what we would actually be worried about them roughing. Maybe a diamond? I'm not so worried about that. So there isn't actually the rush to draw trumps that it looks like there could be. And following the general principle of losing tricks that you need to lose as soon as you can, knocking out the ace, so to speak, we do that in spades. Knock out the ace and king of spades to set up for the 2 diamond discards. Because if we do other things first, they may be able to get the diamonds going before we can get the spade set up. And there was a singleton club, which was a possibility, But now we've got a club discard. And here we have an interesting decision, right? So the fact that a singleton club wasn't that likely, the two of clubs is more likely to be from 3 or 4. It happened to be a singleton at their 5-1 this time. Sorry, 6-1. But that's not the majority of the time they break 6-1. So now they've played a diamond, we have an interesting choice. Do we want to finesse or don't we? This is an instructive position, actually, because there is a definitely right answer, but it may not immediately be clear. So Rab or Rab, I'm not sure which way you prefer it, likes to take the finesse here. And Tony ducks it. So yeah, here we've got a club discard which can get rid of something. And you may say, oh, if we put in the Queen of Diamonds, aren't we worried about West winning the King and giving East another ruff? I'm not so worried about that. We can just get rid of our spade loser if they do that. So the finesse here doesn't have much of a downside, and it has the upside of, if it works, we lose 1 for your diamond. But it doesn't work, which it felt like. And here, we want to discard a spade. And they didn't ruff. How strange, they didn't ruff. And here, what do we want to do? We're going to ruff a spade back, I guess. And play the Queen of Hearts. And there's the 10. So how many hearts have gone? 2 there, 2 on the ace, and 2 ruffs, right? East ruffed 1, and they also, and West also roughed 1. So here we can actually afford to run the 9 around, because if the Jacks and West were always losing to it, the East is not playing the 9 if they have the Jack, though. That would be a total Grosvenor if they did. But actually, East doesn't have anything other than diamonds and spades here. If they play a spade, the spade Jack gets set up and we ruff. So they kind of have to play a diamond no matter what here. How many spades do they have? So West had 1 spade, 6 clubs, and 3 hearts. And so they had 3 diamonds. So even if, you're just going to have to play a low one here and hope that East has the Jack. No, West had it. And we got the rest. Yeah, so as you can see, this is a great demonstration of why it perhaps wasn't a good idea to bid 2 no trumps, because we ended up in 3 hearts. Partner's a 7 count, right? That's not even an absolute minimum for what they could have had. And we still went down. Now, we got 86% for that. Imagine how high we would have scored for 2 hearts making. I imagine people were probably going more down in 3 hearts. And there were probably some people who bid 4 hearts or 3 no trumps or something, which was totally hopeless. And maybe they went more down in 3 hearts, yeah. So here we have an interesting instructive position What do we bid here? We've got 5 clubs, 4 diamonds, 3 spades, a heart, 15 points, and they've opened a heart in front of us. Pauline's a doubler, Rob is 2 clubs, Judith is doubler, Andrew is 2x, I assume that's 2 clubs. So currently we have 2 for 2 for doubling or 2 clubs. Tony is the third for double, pushing it over the line, and double is absolutely right here. So our hand fits the description technically for both a double and a 2 clubs bid. And when your hand fits multiple classes for the overcall, your priority should go no trump overcall, top priority, major overcall, second, double, third priority, and minor overcall is the final one. So that's the least important. If you can double or do a minor overcall, double. If you could double or do a major overcall, do the major. If you could do a major overcall or a no trump overcall, do the no trump overcall. Now, of course, the lines are a bit blurred between these sometimes. Like there are hands where I would overcall a major where it would be a suitable hand for a no trump overcall, but this is just the general principle of what you should be prioritizing. Here, double brings 3 suits into the picture. 2 clubs just brings 1. They both show our points effectively enough. So, yeah, we'll double. And partners bid 2 spades here. Now, this does not promise 5. They're going to be bidding 2 spades quite regularly here with 4 because we'll very often have 4 spades for our double. Now, what would we like to do here? Do we want to bid 3 spades or do we want to pass? Karen's a passer. Pauline's a passer. Yep. Rob also likes a pass. I agree. This hand is a pass. And it's a pass. We don't even know we have a spade fit. And partner will stretch to bid 2 spades here, right? The robot's description is actually not bad, 6 to 10 total points. But if we get rid of that, a lot of people think that their partner needs to have 8+ points to bid freely when it's doubled and there's a bid there. But the fact is, if you think you've got a fit, it's really important to compete, right? You can think of the law of total tricks for that. If they know we have an 8-card spade fit, they want to be in 2 spades, regardless of how many points they have. That doesn't mean they'll bid 2 spades with any amount of points, but it does mean that they don't necessarily just need to have 8, so they know we have the balance of power. 6 to 10 is a pretty good description. Here, partner's got 5 spades and 6 points. Very good bid from my partner. Uncharacteristically good from the robots, you might even say. We've got 2 spade losers, 3 heart losers is 5, club loser is 6. We have a diamond discard, and we can also ruff the hearts. This doesn't look like it's going to be a very complex hand. And interestingly, they ducked. So, I didn't mean to double click there. That's the queen, 5, 3, and 7. So we cannot see the 2, the ace, or the 6. So the 5 of clubs we know pretty much is a doubleton. If West had 4 clubs and East had a singleton, West would have overtaken with the ace and given the ruff. So East must have the 5-2 doubleton here, and West has the ace 6-3. And what does that mean? It means we should draw trumps pretty quickly, but there is a downside to drawing trumps, which is they can get some heart tricks. So our other option, other than drawing trumps, would be to just lose a heart. Right? So option A, we can play ace and another trump. Option B, we could lose a heart. Option C, we could play 3 rounds of diamonds, pitching a heart, and then draw trumps. Option D, even more options that I'm seeing. We could play 3 rounds of diamonds, pitching a club, and then lose a heart. Just duck at the heart. All of those have merit. So I'll just narrow it down to either losing a heart now or drawing trumps. Those are the main options. Tony likes losing a heart. Karen likes losing a heart. The key point here, so you're absolutely right. And the key point here as to what makes losing the heart incredibly clear, instead of trying to do some discards and draw trumps and that kind of stuff, is number one, given the clubs are 3-2, they can only get 1 ruff. Number 2, they may well be ruffing with a natural trump trick. And number 3, if we draw trumps, we know that they can, like if we draw 2 rounds of trumps, we know whoever has the final trump can draw it and then take the heart tricks. Now, one thing I would like to mention, East opened a heart, West bid a no trump, and they have a 9-card heart fit, which they didn't find. So East would almost certainly bid again if they've got 7 hearts. So I think that means that they've got 6, and West has 3. Now, why would West bid 1 no trump with 3 hearts? I think the robots bid 1 no trump with 3 hearts if they're an invitational hand. But they can't be an invitational hand because they pass 2 spades. So maybe they bid 1 no trump with a super garbage hand and 3 hearts. Or maybe East didn't bid their 7-card heart suit at the 3 level for some unknown reason. Just worth keeping in mind, you know. Actually, should have put the jack on that. And they're not giving the ruff. That is brilliant. They're not giving the ruff. Okay. So now we can cross over to the king of diamonds. I should have played the ace of spades first. That was a mistake. Okay. So I should have played the ace of spades before crossing over to the king and trying to ruff a heart. But now is the time to reassess. Don't panic. If you think you've made a mistake, don't just keep playing cards and say, oh no, I hope it works. Don't panic, as the title of the stream is. So we would like to, if East has 7, West can over-ruff our heart. So we're not that keen on ruffing a heart, because if they over-ruff the heart, they're certainly going to now get the club ruff, ace and another club. So what else can we do? We could discard the heart on the diamond, which I actually quite like. Discard playing to the ace of spades and playing a couple diamonds to discard the heart instead of ruffing. Because I am quite worried at this point about West over-ruffing. And this is an example of, okay, not panicking. We maybe played a little bit too fast, but now we've got our rhythm back. We reassessed and we didn't do anything that cost any tricks on that. Queen, king! Queen and the king. I'm sorry? The robots never crash honors like this. They've gone mad. By golly, why did West put up the queen there? And they're ducking their ace of clubs again. And it was a singleton. And West still didn't put up the ace. Oh man, so they could have played. They could have taken so many more tricks there. The robots played crazy. Oh my days. So So first of all, East didn't rebid the Ace King Queen to 7-card heart suit. Then they led their singleton, West didn't put it. And then later in the play, they crashed their King and Queen of Spades for no reason. Why did West put up the Queen? 98%, which is no surprise after how the robots completely lost it on that one. So here we've got 14 points and a 2-4, 2-5 shape. What do we want to open here? This is an interesting one. One club, says Rob. Yep, that's the textbook bid. Andrew. So Judith, Tony, also one club. Andrew, sneak something in there. Can we upgrade to no trumps? So with this hand, I would always, always, always upgrade to no trumps. Number one, having a 5-4 shape is so much better than just having some basic 4-4, and it's even better than having a 5-card suit on its own, which on its own, a 5-card suit is pretty close to being upgrade worthy. 5-4-2-2 tips it totally over the edge. And the honors are reasonable. So in that way, it's worth 14 points. Also, the hand is not pleasant to bid otherwise. If we open a club and partner bids a spade, we can't bid 2 hearts. We really don't want to bid 2 clubs with the 5-card suit, so we'd bid 1 no trump, showing 12 to 14. And it's just a question of, is this hand 12 to 14 or 15 to 17? Definitely think it's 15 to 17 with this 5-4 shape. Nice 5-card suit. But everyone said 1 club, and we're not about not making mistakes here. We're about learning from them. So I'm going to open a club. Partner's bid a heart, so we've got rewarded. We can bid 2 hearts. Our hand is kind of a 2.5 heart bid, but it's closer to. It's like 2.25 hearts or something. It's a serious maximum for 2 hearts. Partner's got 7 points, so if we open 1 no trump, they would transfer to hearts and pass anyway. So we're in no different spot. We've got 2 heart losers, a spade loser, and 3 diamonds. We can potentially rough a spade and get rid of a diamond on a club, or rough a diamond as well. Now, there's no need to rough before drawing trumps because we're only going to need 1 rough and the other card can go away on a club. We're not going to be able to get rid of more than 1 diamond before drawing trumps. So it's not even worth trying to do that and saying, oh no, but if we lose a trump, they can take the ace king diamonds. So yeah, it's a clear, just win and draw trumps. Trumps the 3-1. So we'll draw the final one and play some clubs, which I don't think are breaking. Because if they are breaking, the opponents have made a dreadful mistake. And they're kind of breaking. They're breaking 4-2. So we'll rough a spade, play the 9 of clubs to discard a diamond, and lose a diamond. So we're making 10 tricks, which opposite the 7 count. That goes to show how good our 14 is. Now, the opponents could have taken more tricks, right? They have ace king and both red suits to take. But the fact our hand did have the power, even with clubs not breaking, to take 10 tricks is a good sign. Here we have 15 points. So 1 no trump. What do we get for that? 84.1. Oh, our worst score yet. What a dreadful one. Anyway, that's not serious, by the way. Partners bid 2 clubs, so we'll show our major, and partners bid 3 no trumps. Okay. So, when we're playing no trumps, we count our tricks. We have 3 heart tricks, 2 clubs is 5, and a spade from the lead is 6. We have 6 tricks. We need 3 more. We could get an extra heart trick if they break 3-3. And if we can get the clubs right, we may be able to get 4 or 5 of those. And we may be able to get 1 or even 2 more spade tricks. Now, the opponents have led the 10 of spades. Is 15-1 no trump with 4-3-3? Yeah, you don't want to downgrade a point because you're 4-3-3. You never upgrade because 4-3-3, but you definitely don't want to downgrade it out of 1 no trump. 4-3-3 is bad, but not bad enough to say it's only worth a 1 club opening. Interestingly, I know someone who did statistics on 4-3-3s playing no trumps, and they actually don't play that badly compared to others when you're a decent strength hand. With the idea being that very often partner will have a 5-card suit. If you have a 4-3-3, you're guaranteed to have a fit there, which will take some tricks. If you have a doubleton somewhere in your hand and that doubleton's opposite their 5-card suit, like it would be here, doubleton opposite the clubs, that's less likely to take tricks. So that kind of counteracts the bad sides of the 4-3-3, makes it neutral. With this 10 of spades lead, who has the jack? Where is the knave? Must be east. Exactly right, Andrew. East, Tony, Pauline. You're all absolutely correct. East has the jack of spades here. So it looks like we're going to have a serious lot of potential to take tricks in spades by finessing East's knave. And they played a diamond, but thankfully it's the 9. So if they played the queen of diamonds here, we would have a really tough time. Or if they played the knave of diamonds. But they played the 9, so we can duck it and be sure that we have a stopper here. So now, before we decide which hand we want to do on, let's reassess our tricks. So if we've got 3 spade tricks from finessing, 3 hearts is 6, 2 clubs is 8, and we only need either an extra club or a heart trick. Or a diamond, I guess, technically. How do we want to play this hand? So there is a definite right answer here. A way to absolutely guarantee your 9 tricks. Can anyone see what that is? There's a very instructive hand here. Tony and Pauline say clubs. Now, Tony says play ace, then finesse. That's very close, but not quite. Playing the ace first, we lose our 10. Now, if West has queen 9 4th, we don't set up another club trick. So you're all correct saying that East is the danger hand and that we want to finesse through East. So if the finesse loses, West wins. But critically, we don't want to play the ace of clubs first. So that way we don't lose the 10 under that. Pauline says run jack. We don't want to run jack because then if the finesse loses to East, they can play diamonds through our king and prevent that being a stopper. But if West is on lead, so if we lose to West, then we always have a diamond stopper. So the way to do this is to finesse East, and that lost to West, and they cash their ace of diamonds, and now we got the rest. So we'll just claim. But yeah, as you can see there, we could have got heaps more tricks by finessing West, right? But we don't know where the queen is, East or West. It's pretty much equally likely. And because it's equally likely, we're going to get heaps of tricks if we get the finesse right either way. So that's irrelevant. We can discount getting the finesse right. The only relevant time is if we get the finesse wrong. And if we get the finesse wrong, if we finesse the way we did, we still make the contract, as you saw. If we get the finesse wrong by losing to East, they play a diamond through and completely crush our honors, give us no stopper, and they get the rest. Now, do we get a score for this board? Maybe because it's a bad board, they're not giving us a score. That would be friendly. Yeah, this is a 1 heart overcall. And what do we want to do here? Do we want to bid 3 hearts or do we want to pass? Or maybe double. What do you think? Is it 3 hearts, pass, or double? Oh, there we go. It's come in 48.3%. So we got 50%, right? Basically. And that was the bad case. That was when it lost. If it was the other side, the bad case when it lost, we would have got like 10% for going down heaps. So people are liking a pass here. And Rob says bid to the level of fit. Yes, we don't know the level of fit. Partner probably doesn't have 3 hearts, so we would pass. Absolutely. And they bid to 3 spades here. Now, the 3 spades is an invitational hand. Some people play it's not. Partners led the queen of clubs. Now, this is interesting. We would love to get them in to give us a rough. But can partner have any more points? So East has 12 and we have 12 as well. That's 24, 16 missing. If West has, say, 11, partner has 5, they've led the queen of clubs. They have queen jack, that's 3. So they have room for 2 points elsewhere. So critically, we cannot play them for the ace of hearts because they cannot have it. But they're probably going to have some points somewhere. I think those points are likely to be the king of diamonds. Let me explain why. So if West had all of the remaining points, they would have too many points, right? So 12 and 12 and 3, West would have 13 points. They would have bid to game, right? And partner can't have the ace of hearts. That would be too many. So either partner has the queen of spades, we're kind of doomed, or partner has the king of diamonds. Now you may say, if partner has the king of diamonds, that's 6 points. That would give West not enough, right? That would give them, what's it called? That would give them a 10 count. People sometimes fight with 10 counts, especially if they have nice shape. So I think underleading our ace queen of diamonds is our best bet here. They got it right. So partner's got the queen of spades. And they finessed that as well. Huh? Partner doesn't have the queen of spades. Does partner really have the ace of hearts here? Partner has the ace of hearts. It's going to look quite silly. Partner won the 8 of clubs. That's good. And the 10 of diamonds. What is going on? And partner did have the ace of hearts. So they'd invited with a 9 count? What are they doing inviting with a 9 count here? That's weird. Anyway, I don't think it ended up mattering too much. Let's see. On the Queen of Clubs lead, they're probably, they're always cold. We got 37.5%. What for? Did some robots go light? What the heck could other people have done? Okay, remind me to look at that board 5 at the end, because that's very interesting. Anyway, here we have a clear 1 spade. Some people may say, oh, you have a really good hand, open 2 clubs. You really don't want to open 2 clubs with fewer points. Tony's never trust a robot. Never trust a robot. Proven right once again. The robots are crazy. So anyway, here we're playing in 1 spade. Now you don't want to open 2 clubs with these strong distributional hands, because 1, very often partner doesn't have the cards, right? You may say, oh, if partner has the perfect 4 spades and 2 diamonds, then partner may not need to have almost any points. Patricia's given up on trying to understand the scores. That's very wise, Patricia. We get the scores we get. We can only control the boards. But it's fun looking at the results, I will admit. Though, yeah, it is probably going to be better. It's interesting, right? Better for your bridge results on the day to not look at the results. It's better for your bridge results long term, I think, to look at the results. That helps you think about the boards, understand and learn from them. Even if you'll do worse on the day because you'll be thinking about the results and spending mental energy, you could be focused on the bridge. Now, that doesn't mean think about it during the next hand. It just means think about them at some point. And, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of the time partner doesn't have that perfect hand anyway. And if partner passes 1 spade, most of the time we won't be making game. And if we have a super distributional hand, where if partner passes 1 spade, we will be making game, but we still don't have many points like this, then we've got such a distributional hand, someone's going to bid, either partner or the opposition. Anyway, we've got 3 spade losers, 1 club is 4, and 2 diamonds is 6. What do we want to do here? I'll give you the options. So we're going to win this first trick. Option 1, start drawing trumps. Option 2, play a diamond towards the queen. Which one do we prefer? Andrew likes option 2, which is diamond towards the queen, and Patricia likes draw. Judith and Tony like diamonds. So yeah, the diamond is right. The diamond has a few upsides. 1, if the diamond's misplaced, we get to rough a diamond eventually, potentially. 2, if the queen of diamonds is an entry, we can play trumps from the north hand, which we'd love to do. So yeah, low diamond towards the queen. Absolutely the correct decision. They've played the king, which we're happy about. Now all of our diamonds are good. We're down to 1 diamond loser. Now we can cross over and play the spade. Now, I was going to say, should we play the 10 or should we play the king? Where the answer would have been the king, because we can only take the finesse once. The 10 is almost certain to lose to West's either queen or jack. The king is only 50-50. That's better than almost certainly losing. If we could take the finesse twice, it would be low to the 10 and then low to the 9, playing for 1 of 2 in east. But if we played low to the 10 first time, we need both finessed. Anyway, we put up the king now because we've been forced to. They're playing trumps. Brilliant. Club, yep, expected. They might get a diamond ruff now. No diamond ruff. We can afford to ruff high and draw the last trump and then claim. 140 should be all right. Here we've got 16 points, 5422 shape. What do we want to do? One diamond or one no trump? Andrew likes one no trump, and Pauline likes one diamond. Rab is one diamond as well. This is kind of like the hand earlier, except it's a bit different. This is 16, so it's definitely within the strength for one no trump. This is again 5422, so we don't mind 5422 with a 5-card minor being treated as balanced. With a 5-card major, I wouldn't recommend it. But this is going to be a hand which we get into some awkward positions. If we open one diamond and rebid 2 clubs, we haven't really shown our strength. We're far too weak to rebid 3 clubs after one diamond. But after one diamond, we rebid 2 clubs. What are we going to bid next? 2 no trumps? Play 2 no trumps with 6 opposite 16. That's a bit light in points. We'd rather just open one no trump. It's a lot easier. Don't worry about our doubleton small heart. They're not going to lead hearts anyway. 2 spades. Now, most people would play this as weak with 5 spades and 4 hearts. The robots play this as invitational, 5 spades and 4 hearts. So we can bid 3 no trumps. Should have actually discussed, but with 16 points, you should definitely accept an invite. This isn't just 16. This is a really good 16 with a 5-4. This hand is nearly too good for one no trump. So, yeah, it's a definite accept of the invite. Tricks we have, I'll play to the first one to see. And, yeah, they played low. So, we have 2 spade tricks. We have 2 heart tricks. It's 4. Club trick is 5 and diamond is 6. Where should we look for the rest of the tricks? Heart for 2 more. Yep, that's a very good possibility, is playing the hearts for some more tricks. Clubs, heart finesse, clubs for 1. Yeah, so I think we can... it's interesting that no one said the spades, because the spades is a real possibility here. I don't like it, but that's because that 2... probably not leading away from the king queen. I think that 2 is likely to be a singleton. They're not going to lead away from king 4th or queen 4th here, the robots. In a suit we've shown 5-2 fit in. And they're not going to lead away from king queen to 4 either. And it's not a doubleton because it's the last card, so I think that 2 of spades is almost certainly a singleton. So therefore we shouldn't play in spades. And yeah, we should finesse the hearts. Now, we want 2 entries to the north hand to finesse the clubs twice. So the way we want to finesse the hearts is 10 to the knave. And that way we keep the lead in north hand 2 entries when we finesse. There's the king, brilliant. So now we can knock out the queen and keep in mind that we're only missing the 8 above our 7. Okay, that's unfortunate, so we're going to lose those. Really? West did lead away from the king-queen? That is perplexing. So now we take the heart finesse again. And see if the hearts are coming breaking. They are. So now we can do something cool and actually end play West. If we play a spade and West wins, right, the queen. If they play a spade, we win the 9 and get the ace. If they play a diamond, we get our ace queen. So we don't want to finesse here. We just want to play a spade. Simple, honest spade. And now the end played. And East had the king of diamonds all along. So we could have finessed and it worked, but we forced West to be on lead knowing they had no hearts or clubs left. And they had to either play a spade for us and give us that 9, or play a diamond round to our thing. So yeah, good demonstration of an end play at the end there. Final thing, in 4th seat, you can use the rule of 15 to decide if you want to open, which is you add your number of spades to your number of points. If it's 15 or more, you can open. Misty says this is so cool, people are happy. Yeah, it's always quite fun to do an end play, right? Now, West had actually discarded all their spades, so all they had left was the 2 diamonds. But if they did have a spade and a diamond left, same principle applies. We didn't need to finesse, we guaranteed it with the end play. I'll open a spade here. Partner's bid Drury. This is a convention the robots play, and many humans as well, where 2 clubs by a passed hand, when partner has opened one of a major, shows 3 cards of bought and an invitational hand. Oh, invitational, maximum passed hand, right? Some people do like 8 to 11. Some people do specifically like 10, 11. Opposite that, if we add points for our singleton, we have 11 points plus 2 for a singleton. Yes, 2. It's only worth 2 points if you have an 8 card fit, 3 with a 9 card fit. So that's 13, still not enough. Opposite a passed hand. So we'll bid 2 spades. And if partner invites again over that, we'd accept it. Now, partner has a hand which I would have seriously considered bidding again over 2 spades. But anyway, we've got 2 heart losers. We've got 3 club losers. That's 5. A diamond loser is 6. And 2 spade losers is 8. It's a lot of losers. I could make a joke about that, but I'm not going to. So they've led ace and another heart. That's almost certain to be a doubleton, right? They're not leading ace from anything else with the ace, so that's going to be a doubleton ace. So we don't want to take the finesse. What do we want to do after winning the king? Our options are play club to the ace, play the king of diamonds, or draw trumps. Play club to the ace to ruff a club, or draw trumps, or play the king of diamonds. Pauline likes a club to go for the club ruff. Andrew likes roughing clubs as well. Now this is, I know I normally like showing how we could do better by making the mistake and then demonstrating how we could have gone better. But here, I think it's going to be easier to demonstrate how much easier it is if we actually play it out correctly from the beginning. So if we play club to the ace and ruff a club, we should perceive a problem of how do we get back to the south hand. That's a serious problem, right? And the solution is, and this is something which you will end up doing very, very commonly, before you start ruffing something, you set up the entry. So very often this is a singleton in both hands, and you want to lose that singleton before you start ruffing. In this case, we want to lose that diamond before we start ruffing clubs, before we give away what our plan is, and also take away our other options. We want to set up that entry and set up the queen of diamonds for a discard. And there's no point roughing. Oh, this is a diamond, not a heart. I really thought they were going to play a heart there, that I didn't even look at what they played. They played a diamond. We don't want to rough that because we can just discard. And now all we need to do is rough one club, because we have the diamond as another discard and the heart as a discard. So we don't even need to rough any clubs. So what we can do is we can draw trumps immediately here. And they ducked, which is good play from them. Now, because they ducked, we can't afford to continue drawing trumps, or else we'll get stuck out of the north hand, right? If we play another trump, they draw our final trump. Now we never get to the north hand. So what we should do now, before doing that, drawing the second trump, is roughing our club after all. Now, I have a feeling, because of the way the robots played, that the king of clubs was onside this whole time. And I guess I'll play the queen of diamonds over ruff, club, ruff. Now, I should have explained why I played the queen of diamonds. West is out of hearts, and I thought that East was probably out of diamonds. Which hand would I rather ruff this winner? Right? I would rather East ruff, because then I can over ruff and play the club to trump it. If I played the Jack of Hearts, discarded a club, and West ruffed it, then they've just got that trick. So that's why I played the diamond to ruff rather than the heart. Now we'll play another diamond. Is the ace, and we under ruff that. They play a heart, a club, ruff low. They over ruffed, sadly, but we get the last trick with the queen. So 8 tricks, and the king of clubs was offside, interestingly. So, and I can't see what the other tables have done until the whole thing's over, right? By the time that it's next week, I'll have forgotten all about wanting to see the boards. And that last board was only 64, so we finished on 72, which is all right. Do we have any questions about the hands for tonight? Because it's been a perfect hour, so we've got no questions. I'll head off, but I'm happy to answer any of them. Thanks so much, says Patricia. Well, great lesson. Many thanks. Thank you all. And you can see why I don't have the glasses on, right? It just reflects the screen. You can't see my eyes. Really useful. Thanks. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Misty, Judith, Tony, Karen, Rob. I'm happy to have you all here, and I'm glad that you're all enjoying it so much. You know, I'm improving as a teacher by doing this as well, I think, and have to stop making these same mistakes. So yeah, I mean, bridge is a game of, like, it seriously tests your breadth of knowledge. You have to know so many different things in bridge, because yeah, there are all these mistakes, but there are so many different mistakes you can make. And knowing all those common mistakes from seeing lots of hands played and playing lots of hands is the way to improve. Thank you, Patricia, for saying I'm patient and logical. Rob says, what is my target audience? So the target audience here is sort of like not beginners, not experts, but sort of in the middle, people who are improving their bridge, sort of like club players who are starting to take the game more seriously, wanting to get good results here. I think that's the main target here, the sort of intermediate to like early advanced level players, because beginners, it's going to be a bit tough to play all these random hands with the robots doing all these conventions, but the intermediates will know enough bridge to be able to follow along with it and still have plenty to learn here, and early advanced players as well. Though if someone higher or lower is in the bridge is enjoying these and learning from them, that's great as well. Thank you, Jane. And I will see you all next time. Remember to send in any hands that you might like to hello LBO, and I'll have a look at them next week. Have a good one.